everyone, I'm Regine.
And I'm Kayla.
Thank you for joining us on Real Talk.
New episodes are available every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m.
On our podcast, we offer our opinions and advice on various situations and questions from our listeners.
You can submit your questions or scenarios through Spotify, or if you're not using Spotify, email us at talktorealtalk@gmail.com.
You can choose to remain anonymous if you would like.
With that said, let's get started with today's episode.
Question number 1. I'm having trouble making friends in my new city. I'm not sure how to meet new people and form meaningful connections. So with this one, before I give my tips and everything, just know, always in the back of your mind, everyone that you meet or come across or become friends with and everything, not everyone is going to offer that meaningful connection. Like I said in a couple episodes ago, some people are just your friend for certain things, and you're their friend for certain things. So always keep that in the back of your mind. And honestly, I think it's better that way, because when you're super close to a lot of people and they're super close to you, you stay updated on everything. You got to keep track of a lot of things, and it can really drain you or just overwhelm you. And I think it's just easier when there's less people, because there's less going on, you know what I mean? But so yeah, keep that in the back of your mind when you're going out and becoming friends with people. But so my first suggestion is to download Eventbrite. So with Eventbrite, you put in your zip code, I believe. I think you could put in your zip code, your address, or just like a specific city, and it shows you things that are going on around in that area. And it's a whole bunch of different things. It's things like farmers markets, or like speaking events, business opportunities, cruises, just little things like that. Or if there's group festivals and everything, it just shows you a bunch of things like that. And a lot of it is things that you wouldn't have known about otherwise, because like I know some people, they'll put up flyers and things for it, and you might just walk right on past it, or maybe you don't even walk, so you're in the car, so you don't see the advertisement. But when you go on there, there's a lot of things that you might have not known about otherwise. So I definitely suggest downloading Eventbrite to find things that are going on, because it could be hard to find what even to go to. You don't want to just walk down the street, start randomly talking to people, which you could do, but I feel like it's better to be at an event or something, because you never know, like someone can be walking, they just want to be left alone. Same at events, but I feel like when you're not in a social event, you're kind of already in the mind space of talking. So Eventbrite. And then to start off a conversation, I suggest starting off with a compliment or a question. So I think all girls, we know about going up, oh, your hair is so pretty, or oh, I like your outfit, and then starting off a friendship from that. I have so many friendships from the past and stuff that I started off like that, like, girl, I love your shoes, like, where'd you get them, blah blah blah, and then what's your name, and it leads from there. So of course, like, that's tried and true right there. And then with questions, an example of this, and this leads into what I'm going to say after this, but for the question example, one time my cousin and I, we were going around to the different stores in the city, and we were in this one Indian store, and we saw this dish. It was a dessert, I believe, and we were wondering what it was and everything. And there was a guy that was standing there. He kind of looked like he knew what was going on, like he wasn't sure if he wanted to tell us or not, but we just asked him, like, hey, do you know what it is? And he was like, yes, it's called this, it goes well with this, it tastes like that. And we started a conversation from there, and he seemed like a really nice dude, and he let us know a lot of different things. But on to my next one is to ask for social media afterwards. So with this guy that we met, he seemed like a cool dude. We did not ask for his social media number, nothing like that. And after, we were just like, oh, okay, bye. After we got our food, we just walked out and we were like, dang, after we got back, we were like, we should have asked him for his Instagram or something. He seemed so cool. And now we've never seen him again. So asking for social media, if you plan on, the person seems like a person that you would like around and to build a friendship with and everything, you gotta ask for it. Because you're probably not going to see them ever again. If you're lucky, you might, but for the most part, it's like you never run into them again. And I know asking for a number is very personable. That's why I suggest asking for social media instead, because your number is a lot, I feel like. So yeah, even if it's something like Snapchat, I don't really too much use Snapchat, but I know Snapchat, it has the least about you on there, so you never know. Like, the person might have seemed cool that day, but you might start getting to know them better and you're like, oh, I don't know. So I feel like Snapchat is easy to get someone on and take them off of. But yeah, so then after, let's say the person does seem cool as you guys are continuing to talk and everything, I suggest inviting them to other events, or like I said a couple episodes ago, to do things like the movies or getting your nails done, because those two situations, you can talk, but you also have something else to focus on, so you don't feel as much pressure to keep the conversation going and avoid awkward silences and everything.
Question 2. I'll be taking a road trip across country pretty soon. How can I stay safe while being on the road? First, I would definitely plan out your route, avoid getting lost or being in unsafe areas. Definitely mark down places along your route for roadside rest areas so that you can get gas. Plan out ahead of time when you guys will stop to get gas, stretch your legs, get a few snacks and waters. So really stretching your legs so no one becomes irritable. I know sitting for long periods of time can hurt your body, and allow to switch drivers as well. Another thing is, make sure you're doing road trip with individuals who can drive. When you take individuals who can't drive, the one driver is more, or one or two drivers are more likely to be irritable, under a lot of stress, and that's very dangerous within itself because you're more likely to have a car accident. I know for my family, at one point I did do a road trip with my family. It wasn't on purpose. We had went to Chicago and our flight was delayed and everyone had to get back to California before a certain day, I believe. And so we decided to just get a rent-a-car and drive down. There was, I believe, 6 people in one car. There was 3 drivers, so they were able to switch off more frequently. But one driver in particular, my aunt, she had drove down oncoming lanes onto the freeway. And so luckily we had where people were pairing up and being vigilant. If the driver was to become tired, someone would speak up. But I remember being that individual. I remember being her partner in a sense. And I was looking, there was a truck coming towards us, and I was like, is that truck coming towards us? And so everyone kind of woke up and was a little bit frightened. And so everyone was like, yeah, we need to switch drivers, because I think my aunt was tired at the time. So definitely plan ahead of time, because that could have been a really bad situation. Then you can also do like we did and have pairs stay up, so that just in case one person isn't as aware, the next person is. Second, check your car. If you're taking your own car, definitely check if your brakes are worn. I would get new brakes ahead of time. Check your oils, and make sure you have an emergency kit, maybe a spare tire at that. I don't recommend taking your own vehicle because you're most likely to have underlying issues since you use your car on a regular basis. I recommend getting a rent-a-car because they're more likely to check their vehicles more often. I would definitely have them, if you are to take rent a car. Have them check diagnostics on the car, make sure the oils are good, check the tires and everything, and see what their policy is if the vehicle has some underlying issues that you're not aware of or that they're not aware of, whether they have roadside assistance and whatnot. If they don't, I recommend having AAA ahead of time because AAA is cheaper in price, and they definitely have roadside assistance. They, I believe, do tire changes, battery jumps, and towing as well. And I believe you have three that come with the deal of pricing. And yeah, stay in contact with people back home, whether it's your mother, your grandparents, your father, maybe friends if they're local to you, someone back home that can, in any case, try to advise you or contact local authorities if you aren't contacting them within a period of time. Definitely share your location with them is a big thing. You can do it on Androids or on iPhones. And last, be aware of your surroundings. When you're going into new areas, you never know what's going to happen, who's watching, who's doing what. So definitely be safe, and especially when stopping, lock your doors. Definitely put your valuables away. Make sure they're not in sight. So if people are walking by your vehicle, they can't see it. I wouldn't wear anything flashy as you're on your way to wherever destination you are. Definitely put on something comfortable and casual. You don't want to allow the other people around you that may or may not be taking road trips or not know that you have anything valuable that they can take. You want to avoid dangerous situations, and I would definitely recommend this.
Thank you again for listening to Real Talk.
We hope you found our advice and opinions helpful.
Please keep in mind that we are not professionals and our advice is based solely on our personal experiences and perspectives.
So take our advice with a grain of salt and always consult with a professional when necessary.
New episodes are available every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m.
If you have any questions or scenarios you'd like to discuss with us, you can submit it through Spotify or email us at talktorealtalk@gmail.com.
You can specify if you would like us to post your situation to our Instagram at talktorealtalk to get opinions from other listeners in the comment.
And follow us there to stay up to date on our latest episodes and share with your friends so they can join the conversation too.
You can leave a comment on Spotify or YouTube with a pink and orange heart emoji for a chance to be featured on our Instagram as comment of the day.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Real Talk.
Goodbye.